Welcome, everybody, to another book review. We're going to look at a rather unique book today. It is called Chaos and Sorcery. This is not a very well-known book. So the way even I worded it can be like a little misleading, because really the author tries to kind of take a lot of systems of older forms of magic, usually from African and Caribbean traditions, and consider like how they're effective in magic, and then put them in a chaos magic framework. The section that says words rewind is mostly root magic, and also the author does like employ a lot of chants and stuff. So yeah, it's basically a book of how to do this in the context of that, if that makes sense. So how does it hold up? Well, the magic is effective. Chaos magic is supposed to work, and these do work. Part of the reason they do is that the author kind of looks at things anthropologically, cross-culturally, and considers what works for other cultures, and then puts that in chaos magic. And he's very straight to the point about it. So there's that aspect, and also I just think that in general it's really effective to use because it doesn't beat around the bush or anything. It's just like, we can do it this way, because it works in other cultures, and here are the reasonings for it. Which it doesn't go into that much detail on that, but at least everything given makes sense, if that makes sense. That being said, I had trouble finding sources outside of this book, and I don't really want to, splurge money on some of the selected biography, but I noticed the author makes kind of the same kind of interpretation that Peter T. Carroll does sometimes cross-culturally, and that kind of seems a little bit an issue for some reasons. Not necessarily because it's offensive, but because it seems pretty one-sided. I also noticed the writing's pretty meandering at times. Not always, but when it does meander, it can be quite a bit harder to follow along. Also, for those who have trouble reading smaller fonts, the font in this text is pretty small, especially when it comes to, the quotes for some reason, the italics. It doesn't make it that good to read physically, even though content-wise is at least effective, I would say. So, there is that also. Do I recommend this? I think if you're well versed in chaos magic, it's a unique look. I think anybody could use this. I don't think it's necessarily wrong for beginners to read this. I think that it assumes a lot about what the reader knows, however, and it seems like there are a lot of holes in the book for that reason, but I still think content-wise it's a pretty good book. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see on my channel, consider at the least subscribing. I try to post a new video every other Saturday, and I hope to see you around.